This old poor dirt farming family, and they lived out on an old poor dirt farm trying to raise dirt. And the only thing they had that was worth any while at all was their milk cow. It was a really good milk cow. It gave a lot of high-grade milk. And they'd take the milk and they'd make milk and cheese and they'd sell the excess and get food. And the only thing keeping them going was this milk cow. And one day the farmer woke up and he looked outside and he noticed that his milk cow was dead. So he didn't know what to do, so he hanged himself in the barn. And then the mother woke up and the milk cow's dead and the husband's dead, and she goes down to the river and she throws herself in and drowns, washes up on the rocks on the shore. And then the son wakes up and he sees a dead milk cow and a dead father, and he goes down to the river and there's the dead mother and a leprechaun. A woman leprechaun. And the woman leprechaun says, "Hey, you're having a rough day today, are you?" He says, "Sure I am." She says, "Well, I tell you what, I'll make you a deal with you. If you make love to me 10 times in a row without stopping, I'll bring everybody back to life, including the milk cow." And he says, "Well, look at you, look at me. I'm young, I'm virile, you're good looking. I think I'll have at it." So he tried and he didn't make it, so she killed him. And then the other brother wakes up and the milk cow's dead and the father's hanged himself and the mother and the brother are washed up on the shore dead. And there's this female leprechaun, and she says, "Having a rough day." He said, "I should say so." She says, "Well, I'll tell you what, I'll make a deal. You make love with me 10 times in a row. I'll bring everybody back to life, even the milk cow." And he says, "I'll give it a go." And he didn't quite make it. She killed him dead. And finally, the youngest son, he's 17. He wakes up and he looks, and the milk cow is dead, and the father's dead, and the mother and 2 brothers are dead, and there's this girl, leprechaun, standing there. And she says, "You're having a rough day?" And he says, "I guess so." And she said, "I'll tell you what, I'll bring everybody back to life, including the milk cow, if you make love to me 10 times in a row." And he says, "Okay. But let me ask you this. What if I were to make love to you 15 times in a row without stopping?" And she laughed for a while, and she says, "Oh, well, if you could do that, I'd bring everybody back to life, even the cow, and I'd give you a nice mansion where your hovel is now." And he said, "Okay, but what if I were to make love to you 20 times in a row without stopping?" And she says, "I'd bring everybody back to life, even the milk cow. And I'd give you a nice mansion where your hovel is now. And I'd give you a big crock of gold. You'd be set for life." And he says, "Well, that sounds pretty good, and we can start in a minute, but first I have to ask you, if I make love to you 20 times in a row without stopping, what's to prevent you from dying from it?" The milk cow did. We'll put that on there. People go and be saying, "What the hell did I miss there?"